How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow? How's it going, everybody in the internet world? Ethan Cochard here to give you guys a quick rundown of Caliber trucks. What's the first thing you gotta know about Caliber trucks? Well, they come in 50 degrees and 44 degrees. What's good about the 50 degrees? Well, those are gonna be the trucks that you wanna use if you're trying to do a lot of really strong carves or a whole bunch of 180s, because they're gonna be very nimble and they're gonna flip you around very quick. At higher speeds, they're gonna be slightly more unstable compared to the 44 degrees. 44 degree trucks are really awesome for going very fast. They put your board slightly lower to the ground, and then that lower riding angle gives you really deep, big carves. When you're going slow, they don't feel that great. They're definitely gonna feel very boaty, but when you're going fast, they're gonna be the truck to do really big slides and stay in control. Another important thing to know about Caliber trucks is that the hangers have no rake. What does that really mean? It means that if you took this hanger off and you were to flip it the other way around, there would be literally no difference in the feel or the degree of your truck because they've got no rake. They've got an equally deep bushing seat on either side, so your trucks are gonna feel exactly the same. If somehow you bend them, I don't know, by early grabbing off of rooftops or 13 stairs or whatever you like to do, and you can just flip them over and unbend them the other way. That's pretty cool because it makes your truck last twice as long. It's always a bummer when you get a truck and you tend to bend the hangers and you flip it the other way and you're riding all of a sudden a lower degree truck when you didn't want to. I didn't ever really like that, so that's why I ride a lot of Calibers. Another great thing about Calibers is that they come stock with 89A blood orange bushings. And what's really great about this formula is it's very high rebound and it's still very soft. It gives you a very consistent lean and yet a lot of stability when you're going really fast. It's great that the 50 degree Calibers come with the cone on top to give you a lot more turn, and then the 44s give you double barrels so you have a lot more stability. Compared to a lot of trucks out there, I'd say these trucks are a little bit heavier, but that's because they have a very beefy and sturdy construction. What's great about that is it gives you the confidence that you need when you're going really fast, because it's nice to know that your truck's not all of a sudden gonna break going at really fast speeds. It makes them a lot harder to bend these days. I remember my first set of Caliber trucks, I bent them in 3 days, but I've been riding the same set for about 4 months and they're straighter than most of the new trucks that I've bought recently. So that's definitely a plus. Another very important thing to know about Caliber trucks is compared to other trucks, they bring in your wheelbase rather than extend it. If you have Bear Grizzlies, those trucks make your wheelbase a little bit longer, but if you threw Calibers on that same board that you were riding, they would bring your wheelbase in, making your board feel a lot more nimble and a lot more lively. That's great, but it also has one small downside. Downside being that, well, if your wheels are closer to the center of your board, you're probably gonna get wheel bite, especially if you're running bigger wheels. I tend to run 70 millimeters at the biggest just to make sure I don't get wheel bite. But that's because I like to ride 44s, and 44s compared to 50s are a smidgen lower. Not by much, but just enough to give you a little bit more wheel bite than the 50s would get. Caliber trucks also come in 9 inches as well as these 10 inches you see here. The 10 inches are great because they're very stable at high speeds, but the 9 inches are nice because they make your board feel even more nimble. So if you're trying to do a whole bunch of 180s and get kind of twirly with it, 9 inches is the way to go. But if you're trying to do a lot of downhill, I would suggest the 10 inches. Another great thing to know about Caliber trucks is that they have a self-contained pivot cup. What does that mean? Well, the pivot cup is totally encased in this metal, so it's well protected and it's gonna be very snug around the pivot. So you can get a very precise feeling out of a cast truck. Now, if after a while you do wear down your pivot cup, which happens after a couple months, Caliber sells replacement pivot cups, so that way you can get the same feel out of your old trucks instead of buying some new ones. Yeah. So it's gonna wrap it up for our review of the Caliber trucks. I'm Ethan Cochard, always reminding you to skate safe and skate hard. And visit motionboardshop.com for all the rad products that you see here and behind me. We have a price match guarantee and always free shipping. If you guys have any questions, call us at 206-372-5268. Take it easy, internet people. Peace.